Have you ever wondered about the man who first set foot on the moon? His name was Neil Armstrong, born on a warm summer day, August 5, 1930, in the small town of Wapakoneta, Ohio. A fascination with aircraft seized him from a young age, and it was this obsession that would shape his future, and, in turn, the future of mankind. At just 16, he earned a student flight certificate, stepping into the cockpit before he even stepped behind the wheel of a car. His determination to soar didn't stop there. Armstrong pursued studies in aeronautical engineering at Purdue University, his education made possible by the U.S. Navy's Holloway Plan. Every rivet and wing design was a stepping stone, a trajectory that aimed at the stars. So you see, the journey to the moon began long before the launch of Apollo 11. Neil Armstrong's adventure didn't start with the moon, but with the stars. This journey of a lifetime began amidst the throes of the Korean War, where Armstrong served as a naval aviator, courageously flying 78 combat missions. The war was a crucible, forging his character and honing his skills, preparing him for what was to come. After the war, Armstrong joined the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, or NACA. This committee, which would later transform into NASA, became Armstrong's launchpad into a career that would forever change history. As a test pilot, Armstrong was no stranger to danger, flying over 200 different models of aircraft, pushing the boundaries of what was deemed possible. Among these was the X-15 rocket plane, a marvel of human engineering that took him to the very edge of space. Armstrong's path to the moon was paved with daring flights and innovative aircrafts. But how did Neil Armstrong become the first man on the moon, you may ask? Well, it all began in 1962, when Armstrong was selected to join the ranks of the NASA Astronaut Corps. A few years later, he commanded the Gemini 8 mission, marking a significant milestone with the first successful docking of two vehicles in the vast expanse of space. However, it was the Apollo 11 mission that truly defined Armstrong's place in history. As the mission commander, he was tasked with an extraordinary challenge. The world watched with bated breath on July 20, 1969, as Armstrong piloted the lunar module, the Eagle, onto the barren, alien surface of the moon. And so Armstrong stepped into history, leaving the first human footprint on the lunar surface. The words he uttered at that moment, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," have since echoed across the decades, symbolizing humanity's boundless potential for exploration and discovery. Neil Armstrong's journey didn't end with the moon landing. After his lunar exploits, Armstrong continued to soar, not in space, but in shaping the future of aeronautics. He served as Deputy Associate Administrator for Aeronautics at NASA headquarters, a position that allowed him to influence the direction of American space exploration and research. Then, as if breaking the bonds of gravity wasn't enough, Armstrong broke through academic ceilings. He became a professor of aerospace engineering at the University of Cincinnati, sharing his first-hand knowledge of space travel with a new generation of dreamers and doers. In his private life, Armstrong was a quiet hero, a man of few words but deep impact. He was humble about his extraordinary achievements, always reminding us that it was a team effort that took humanity to the moon. And while his footprints on lunar soil may fade, his influence never will. Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, left a legacy that reaches far beyond that one small step.